Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Vespertine Gamescast. I'm your host, Derek Kitch, joined as always by Zachary Wallace.
I'm waving because you said hi.
Of course, that's the polite thing to do. And Custom Rosebad.
I'm not waving because I'm not polite.
Whoa.
#rebel.
I mean, that with that tone in your voice, you're definitely not polite.
That's right.
You're going to renegade on us. Ooh, man.
Dang it. I should have noticed the option was highlighted in red.
We'll talk more about that.
Ooh, a little foreshadowing, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, each and every week, we have our Gamescast here. Discuss what we've been playing, topics of the week that we bring to you people. Not bots, actual people listening.
I think every now and then a real person listens to it.
Yay! And also news stories going on in the gaming world. So this week we'll kick it off, as always, with what we've been playing. Kelson, you want to
Sure.
kick us off?
So we had our Extra Life stream this past weekend.
Yes, we did.
And for that, I red boxed WWE 2K17, but we didn't have the opportunity to play it on the stream. So to make sure I got my money's worth, I played it for a couple hours the next day. And I have to say, it is the best WWE logo simulator I have ever played.
Logo simulator.
Logo simulator. Elaborate.
The load times are so long.
Ugh.
So long. Especially when you're trying to get as much gameplay as you can in a short amount of time.
It's frustrating.
It's so frustrating.
Mm.
They also... So I played the career mode because I did only have about an hour or two with the game. And there's a bunch of cutscenes at the beginning, including like cinematic, like shots of actual video of wrestling with voiceover to set it all up, and there's a lot of little ones broken up by a lot of little load screens. They made a couple changes. I never played 2K16, so I don't know if they were in 16 or 17, but they made some little changes to things like how you break out of a pinfall, how you break out of a submission. So
They change that like every year.
How was the pinfall one?
So the pinfall one is actually fairly similar, but it doesn't go back and forth on a bar like it used to. It goes around a circle, and you have to hit in the target area.
That's the same as last
That was
year.
2K16.
Yeah. Yep.
And the tap out system is by moving the right stick. If you're trying to break out of a submission, you're trying to not be overlapping the other player. If you're trying to get them to... Okay.
Exact same.
So they changed them in 2K16, and I never played it, so I wasn't used to them, so I was not doing very well in my early career.
You were a jobber in your early career, too?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, I managed to beat Bo Dallas. I didn't lose to Bo Dallas, and I managed to win my rematch against Sami Zayn.
That's good.
But, I mean, it's fun. It's not some huge step forward, and the load times are just so long. But it has a great roster with guys like AJ Styles for the first time, and a bunch of others have come up this year. I don't know if 16 had Finn Balor.
It did.
Okay, well then
did.
mostly AJ Styles.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have come up in like 16 with Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. I guess the club would be there for the first time. I don't know.
A lot of the women superstars.
The women. I don't know about Big Cass and Enzo Amore, maybe.
They were. Yes.
Okay. Well, but there were some big, significant roster changes. So if you want to play as your favorite wrestlers, pick it up. It's probably just as good as the games before it. But if you're not super interested, or if you're okay with creator wrestlers, stick with an older one. It's probably not worth the $60.
Do you feel... You two have both played more recent ones than I have. Do you feel the series has evolved in any meaningful way? Because I always felt... I played a few years between like 2006. I think the most recent one I ever played was like 2012, 2013. Everyone just felt the same. Other than arbitrary changes in certain mechanics.
I think it's gotten a lot more of a simulation feel versus like kind of that arcadey style.
Gotcha.
Which I don't know if that's necessarily good or bad, depending on what kind of game you like. But It's definitely a lot more technical and like you kind of really got to know what you're doing versus like the old style, like the
there's like 4 buttons and
and then your
R1.
finisher flashes and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. See, I kind of like that. I like that a lot.
I do too. Like back in the old N64 days or early PS2 days.
I enjoy the simplicity of that.
Yeah.
There is one thing that has been included in recent years that I will definitely vouch for, and that's the showcase modes that they've included.
Oh hell yeah!
They're so good.
Absolutely. What's in it? What's this? Oh, it's Brock Lesnar.
Well, but I couldn't find it.
Huh.
Like, I was trying to find it. I wanted to play the showcase mode instead of the career mode, and I couldn't find it. So I think there is supposed to be a Suplex City Brock Lesnar career mode in the game, but maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know.
No.
But that's what I heard, and maybe it wasn't included. Maybe it was just implied. But the showcase modes have been like they'll take a storyline for a few months or a couple years, and they'll let you play through the major matches of it.
Huh.
Like a 2K13. Well, that wasn't 2K13. It was just WWE 13.
Yeah.
I think it was 2K15 had both the CM Punk and Triple H. CM Punk's feud with John Cena. And that went all the way through The Rock's return. Up to the match that those two had on a night of Raw, that Punk and Cena had before Raw of that WrestleMania year, which was a great match. And it started, of course, with the Summer of Punk. And then they did Triple H and Shawn Michaels rivalry. And those showcase modes were fantastic. That's probably the biggest step forward.
Huh. That's pretty cool. I haven't heard about those. Are the games still ugly as sin?
No, they're pretty good.
There are some pretty bad... generally, they're pretty good overall, but every so often there is a really bad model that'll throw you off.
That's probably exclusively what people post online, so I can't objectively look at anything.
But, especially big names, like Brock Lesnar in 2K17 looks fantastic, and most of the character models look great.
That almost sounds like Gran Turismo. Like you have the premium cars that look like photorealistic, then you have the rest that look at upscale PS2 models. And I'm not exaggerating. In fact, I think circa Gran Turismo 5 and 6 on PS3, those really were upscale PS2 models. Don't quote me on that.
We're recording it. It all gets quoted.
It's all quoted.
Oh.
And speaking of wrestling games, did you guys ever play Fire Pro Wrestling on PS2?
I wanted to. I just never got.
I never had a PS2.
Well, it's $4 on Amazon.
Ooh.
So, but I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert on wrestling games, but apparently this sucker is quite revered online. It's as like the arcadey. Like here, there's some screenshots.
Do any of us have a PS2?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's kind of
$4.
It's arcadey and isometric and actually pixel based, but supposedly it has just near infinite wrestlers that are based on real wrestlers at the time. See, that looks like Super Dragon right there from PWG. But you can make your own titles, matches, and everything. Supposedly, it's just fantastic, simple fun up to 8 players. I don't know. Okay. I would play it.
Yeah, check it out.
$4.
$4.
So, you know, Chikaro's trying to make a game?
I heard that.
I've seen that.
Kickstart it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought their Kickstarter campaign was successful.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything else about it recently.
I haven't in a while.
Zachary, what have you been playing recently, buddy?
One more note on the previous topic of Fire Pro Wrestling. A fun fact. Spike Chunsoft made it. I'm not making that up. Look. I was like, who made this?
They did.
Spike Chunsoft wants to know if you want another Fire Pro Wrestling.
Jesus.
Yes, Spike Chunsoft. Make another.
We can't get away.
A wrestling game made by Spike Chunsoft? Yes. That is the game made for Kelson.
That's full circle right there.
That's fantastic.
And Kelson, you mentioned for the Extra Life event. I just want to say that we ended up, after the day, hitting our goal.
We did?
I got a couple of late donations. We hit $205.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
I was wanting to go through and thank everybody. I got a list of names.
I got donations from my girlfriend Kathy, my sister Brittany, and my aunt Libby. So thank you, all three of you, very much.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, as far as what I've been playing lately, I played some more Titanfall 2. I haven't finished the campaign, but I feel like I'm getting towards the end. And I'm going to just echo my sentiments from last week. It's a great campaign, a lot of fun, some really cool level and encounter design. Minor spoilers here, very minor spoilers, so pause it for a few seconds here, but there is a mechanic that lets you kind of like shift planes essentially, so you're in the same place but at a different point in time. And so you can kind of like, there are awesome puzzles, like you have to like run on a wall and then like shift time because the wall in front of you didn't exist at this point in time to keep progressing and stuff like that. And like jump through like a tunnel with fans in it. And so you switch time as you're falling, all of a sudden that fan is decayed and not spinning anymore, so you can like pass through it, then you have to like alternate.
Damn.
There's some like really cool platforming and puzzle-ish design in it for a shooter, so I'm really impressed in that regard.
Very nice.
Yeah, well done, developer.
Respawn Entertainment.
Well done, Respawn.
Formed by the ashes of Infinity Ward, the creators of Modern Warfare 1 and 2, Call of Duty.
So who's making Call of Duty now? Is it just the Treyarch team?
3 studios.
Okay. Is Treyarch still one of them?
Yes. Treyarch made World at War in 2008.
Right.
Black Ops in 2010. Black Ops 2 in 2012. And then Black Ops 3 in 2015. So everything... Call of Duty is on a 3-year development cycle. Then this year... Actually, I think it just came out on Tuesdays. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare from Infinity Ward.
Okay.
It kind of they had a huge group of people leave the studio with Vince Zampella and I can't remember, West is his last name, but they formed Respawn. And so they kind of bolted back up, and then they made Call of Duty Ghosts in 2013.
Okay.
And like I said, they just released Infinite Warfare, and the last group is Sledgehammer. I believe Sledgehammer was fairly new when it was set up around 2010, 2011, and they did Advanced Warfare, which came out in 2014.
And that's their only one so far?
Yes, they will be releasing next year's, presumably.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, Call of Duty knowledge on you. That is honestly all I played. I haven't played a whole lot. A lot of stuff going on this week, kind of diverting my attention. But we did play a lot of good, fun multiplayer games at the Extra Life event. Star Wall, Alien Nation.
I'm forgetting how fun Star Wall is. Like,
it's so fun.
It is. Star Wall is fucking awesome.
I'm not very good at it, and I still have so much fun. Though Zach and I make a great team, apparently.
Good
Fuck
times.
you guys. God damn, what was it like? Was it 5-0 or whatever?
Yeah, you guys were up 4-0, and then we won 3 in a row.
We did also have a 5-0 sweep.
We did have a 5-0
sweep.
It was a 5-0 sweep. Then there was the up 4-0, and we managed to win 3 before we lost.
Yeah. Y'all were sweating there, I bet.
Man, that was awful.
Star Wars is great. I highly recommend it if you haven't played it, folks. It's local. It's multiplayer only, though. Word of warning. So make sure you have friends, unlike me.
At least a friend. It's fun with even just 2 people, I bet.
It is intense one-on-one.
I don't think I've gotten any trophies for that.
Maybe.
Or at least one.
I never even looked at the trophy list. It's probably something silly.
Oh yeah, granted I haven't played it a shit ton, but at the same time, only 1 trophy from what we've been doing so far.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if we had trophies on Super Smash Bros. Melee back in the day?
I'm
pretty sure
we'd have somehow more than platinumed it.
Between that group of people that always went over to Eric's to play, probably 8 to 12 various people that play at points in time. Mm-hmm. There were probably legit thousands of hours put into that game.
Oh yeah,
I don't think I'm exaggerating there. It's like World of Warcraft players. But anyway, Derek, what have you been playing?
Nothing.
Just one of those weeks.
Well, I lied a little bit. I played some Iron Banner and Destiny for an hour last night. But yeah, other than the Extra Life event this past weekend, whole bunch of nothing. Played some games that I haven't either played in a while or haven't even touched yet, like Alien Nation.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun. And J-Stars, I haven't played that in quite some time.
J-Stars was fun.
Man, yeah. I think it's so funny that like the most obscure fucking game that we played the entire night had the most viewers.
Yeah, we
Like,
had
that was...
up to 10 people watching that.
That was a good time. I can't believe people are actually tuning in.
Yeah.
Kept promoting it, dude.
I think lots of just kind of
also,
people that were browsing Twitch and browsing live from PlayStation.
That is the thing I've noticed with streaming is if you just stream for a while, someone will drop in
for at least
check it out for at least a little while. About a year ago, I had 4 days off in a row. I took 4 days off in a row to stream 14 hours a day, 4 consecutive days.
Jesus Christ.
All Pokemon.
Holy fuck, dude.
And I had 5 consistently for those 56 hours. I had 5 to 8 viewers at any given time.
Damn, dude, that's big time.
It was a lot of fun.
For kids that grew up in rural Missouri, like that's big time for us.
Yeah.
No, but I also wanted to thank people that donated and helped promote our Extra Life efforts to fundraise for a local children's hospital. Kay Kitch, my mother.
In golf claps.
Claps for Kay. Alex Moyet and AMK Games all the way from London.
Cool. I won't clap for everyone.
Hold your applause till the end. Yeah, all the way from London. Katie Martins, Lindsay Dunn, Payne Owens, he helped promote.
Awesome.
Anthony Parrott and Derek Musgrove.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Dustin Mint.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all very much.
We raised over $200 for the Mizzou Women's and Children's Hospital, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I felt good doing it.
For 4 guys
messing around for all day playing games. That's a good time.
With everyone else who was doing Extra Life, like we were a small part of something really great.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
And yeah, huge thanks to everyone who donated and everyone who just stopped in. It was a lot of fun, and it's such a good cause.
We will be doing it again.
That we will. So now we can kick it over to our news of the week.
I have 4 news stories this week. Let's go ahead and dive into arguably the biggest one, at least the one most ripe for conversation. Finally got a nice batch of firm details regarding Mass Effect Andromeda from BioWare and EA Games. It happened on November 7th, dubbed lovingly N7 Day, related to the video game franchise. And they dropped a trailer, like the first real trailer for the game. Dropped a whole bunch of details on us. Many of these are courtesy of Game Informer. Mass Effect Andromeda is the cover story this month. And so we watched the trailer, so let's unpack it. Gentlemen, thoughts on the trailer? Kelson? You go first.
One of the first things that really stood out to me was actually the new ship, the Hyperion.
Yes.
I mean, A, it looks great. B, I do like the name. I saw Derek sort of wince when I said Hyperion.
I don't know if that's necessarily like the new ship for the game. I think that's a temporary vessel.
It does seem like maybe this game might not exactly have a new ship, or if it does, it
does.
Is the only thing you know about this is from the trailer?
Everything I know about this is from the trailer.
Okay,
the ship, the equivalent of the Normandy in this game is called the Tempest.
I was going to say, I've been reading up metric fuck ton on this shit.
Okay, so all I know is the trailer.
There's a bunch of details
the
here.
Tempest is also cool, but...
Would you like me to share?
Sure,
I'm on IGN.com.
Share some details for me.
37 new things we know about Mass Effect Andromeda, written up by Miranda Sanchez.
Thanks, Miranda.
I'll pull the highlights. The Andromeda Initiative. Basically, it was a crew has traveled 600 years to get to the Andromeda Galaxy. It was intended as a one-way trip to colonize and explore it.
Sure.
It had 5 total ships making the journey. 4 of the 5 are dedicated to transporting one of 4 species: human, Turian, Solarian, and Asari. Each of the 4 species has a designated pathfinder to lead their exploration. The lead ship in the Andromeda Initiative is called the Nexus. The Andromeda Initiative is a multi-species effort, but it was founded by the human, not sure how to pronounce this, Jien Garson, would be my guess. It departed for its journey sometime between the events of Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. Convenient. There are civilian volunteers to act as colonists on this mission, as well as trained soldiers. The protagonist, the character's name is Ryder instead of Shepard. The protagonist... Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, it's not the exact same. It's not like, oh, you either play a female Shepard or a male Shepard. It's like the female Ryder and male Ryder are like actually 2 separate characters.
They're siblings.
Scott Ryder and Sarah Ryder.
So you'll either play Scott or Sarah Ryder.
Yeah, and if you... Let's say you choose to play as Sarah Ryder, then Scott Ryder, he's like still in the game.
He's a character in the game.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I also think it's interesting that we have a character who is leading and helping a flock of people, but the leader of the other trilogy was the one named Shepard.
Mm-hmm, yes.
True. That's
it needed some kind of default name.
Clearly, they couldn't call this new one Shepard even as well because it had already been done, but... anyway, keep going.
A few quick story details. Alec Ryder, the Ryder twins' father, was the designated pathfinder of Hyperion, which was the human ship. For some reason, he's unable to lead, and so the responsibilities are transferred to your character. Let's see. They encounter a new intelligent species in Andromeda called the Ket, and they are the main antagonists of the series. Let's see.
I like how they're labeling it as a series, not just as the game. But, of course, there will be more than one Mass Effect Andromeda.
Actually, that's, I think, probably the most interesting detail reveal. They're not developing Andromeda to be a trilogy, so they claim. I think they're going to do the Dragon Age approach, where they are self-contained stories that loosely relate to each other.
Okay.
A lot of people are skeptical, like, no, it's not going to be... Like, it's definitely going to be a trilogy. I'm like, I don't think they would say that.
I don't think they would.
I don't think they would lie about that.
Trilogy. I would not be surprised to see an Andromeda 2 have it just be a 2-part, but
I don't think it will be like a firm like this is one story deal like the original Mass Effect games, but I can see there being different games set in the Andromeda galaxy.
Fair enough.
There's some other details here I see if any are worth pawning over. Romance options are not limited by your gender.
Cool.
Loyalty missions are back for your squad members. They are optional. Paragon and Renegade are gone.
Interesting.
But there will still be dialogue options with different tones. Character classes are now different. You do not pick one. You build your own character from skill trees.
Okay.
Which I think is kind of niftier. They want the combat to feel faster, more smooth. Sure. Which is awesome because Mass Effect wasn't the top of the genre, but it already felt pretty good. So. Yeah. But yeah. Mass Effect Andromeda.
The other thought I heard when I heard Nexus, my first thought will always be you're either Nexus or you're against us.
Yeah.
Was super excited to see the trailer. Like I was telling you guys, we talked a little bit about this before we started recording. I had kind of forgotten about Andromeda. It was announced so long ago, and we've gotten so few details since the announcement. And also, this trailer came out. I'm like, oh fuck. This looks awesome. And I finally suddenly came flooding back with, I love this series. I am super excited for this game.
Oh yeah, the Mass Effect nostalgia.
I was worried about how they were going to like continue on from the previous series. And I'm happy with how they're doing it because they're not... This isn't just some made-up thing like, oh, all of a sudden, Initiative 600 years, wow. Like, this is actually a part of the Mass Effect lore that they're using to continue the story. So
absolutely.
I'm okay with that. And then if it's not a trilogy or a series or a continuation, then I'll be worried again on how they're going to, like...
What comes next.
Yeah, and how they're going to continue on. Because I will be fucking pissed off if they make this game, and whether it's good or bad, and then they make another Mass Effect game, and then they don't like continue on with the writers or the story, or Like if they just say, "Oh yeah, that's over with. That didn't exist, and we're moving on from something else."
Which is why I think they're going to go the Dragon Age route. Like I think they'll have things in this game that affect your Andromeda galaxy, that affect your universe, and that will affect. Let's say there's an Andromeda 2. It may have a different protagonist, kind of a standalone story, but your decisions in the first Andromeda will affect the setup.
That makes sense. You'll still have to deal with the repercussions of Ryder's actions, even if you're no longer Ryder.
That's how they did the Dragon Age games, which I know you guys weren't a big fan of. I know Derek didn't like any of them.
Never played them, so...
Oh, okay, you didn't... Okay. I think Dragon Age 2 was garbage, but I kind of don't fault BioWare for that, considering they made that game in like fucking 11 months, which is incredible when you think about it. But I really liked Origins, the first one, and I really liked Inquisition. It was a little MMO-y in the gameplay, but I had a lot of fun with it. I'm not sure what I was getting at there. I just like BioWare. I totally forgot my point.
And BioWare has a positive enough track record, in my opinion, that I will be going. Plus, Mass Effect was so good. The Mass Effect trilogy, I loved them.
And they've been working on this game for a long time.
So, I'm pumped.
I'm super excited for it. Spring 2017. I'm going to guess May.
I'm going to guess April so that I can get it for my birthday in April when I was born.
But yeah, Mass Effect, huge game. Well, that's like right there at the forefront of my most anticipated games now, even though I've known about it since like 2014. Anyway, number 2, PlayStation Experience 2016. Attending publishers and developers, like an initial list has been announced.
And you two are going to this, right?
We saw Naughty Dog on that list.
We did. So yes, Kelson, we are going to this with our buddy Dustin, and let's start by listing off some of the big names that are going to be there to some extent. Activision, Adult Swim Games, Bandai Namco, Capcom, CCP. For those that don't know, CCP develops Eve and Eve Valkyrie. CI Games, I actually don't know who they are. Devolver Digital, Double Fine, EA, Gung Ho, aka Owens Grasshopper Manufacture, Suda51.
Oh.
So I'm assuming Let It Die will be there.
Okay.
Guerrilla Games, I think they're bringing Horizon Zero Dawn, just a hunch. Impulse Gear, Sony Japan Studio. Naughty Dog, like Derek mentioned. I wonder what they're going to be showing.
Yeah, I was kind of interested to see their name on that list. I'm like...
It has to be Uncharted DLC.
Yeah.
Uncharted Story DLC and or new multiplayer DLC.
Right, I forgot they're doing single player DLC.
I bet that will be. I'll bet almost anything that will be announced at the press event. Polyphony Digital will be there, so Gran Turismo Sport, San Diego Studio, Sony San Diego Studio, so that means MLB The Show. This one is tantalizing for me. Supergiant Games, creators of Bastion and Transistor. Their new game Pyre is slated for PC and PS4 next year. They have to be bringing that. I'm super excited because that game looks amazing. I'm looking through the text list now. I'm seeing if anything stands out real quick. Warner Brothers will be there.
Ooh.
I think there's a non-zero chance they'll bring Injustice 2. Which would be super cool.
I would say the chance is not zero, yeah.
Z-Boy Games, developers of classic style RPG indie game Cosmic Star Heroine will be there. A lot of these are small indie studios I've never heard of, so I'm actually looking forward to that because I know last year a lot of the games that I enjoyed the most were games I had no knowledge of going in. The pleasant surprises.
Did Gravity Rush 2 get delayed?
To January.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember originally it was December 6th.
I can see that coming out. The Last Guardian is coming out in December instead. I wonder if that'll be playable. And if it is, I'm not touching it because I want to go in that game blind.
I'm not playing that.
You're not playing that?
No.
SNK is going to be there.
Weird.
No idea what they'll be bringing.
The next King of Fighters. It's already ready. It's already. They haven't announced it. They haven't planned it. They just. It's ready.
There are a lot of rumors that their next game that they're going to develop isn't King of Fighters. Yeah. They're going to go back to one of their other older series.
Last Samurai, probably.
But yeah,
not Last Samurai Showdown.
Samurai Showdown.
The Last Samurai Showdown.
Yeah.
There's one here I really want to look at real quick. Desert Owl Games.
Desert Owl.
I really want to see what this is real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The desert.
I really
or
want
in the desert. Or that's been deserted.
Let's
Or that
see.
deserts
They've made
others.
several games. Looks like they do games that combine tabletop, miniature, collectible card game, RPG elements.
Interesting.
But they're multiplayer focused. Fuck that. Just kidding. Just kidding. You keep doing you guys. Desert Owl. Nice logo. It reminds us of ours. It reminds me of ours.
That is nice. I like that.
I can't see it. Yeah, it looks good.
That's a great logo. I like minimalist design, dude. Don't overthink it.
No, I'm actually a big fan of minimalism too.
Don't overthink it.
I'm more sleek, sharp lines than soft curves, but they make it work for them.
All right, anyway, moving on to... We have 2 more news stories. The first one is a very quick one. IO Interactive, the developers of Hitman, have a new office and a new logo. If anyone cares.
Where at?
I didn't look that up. I'm sorry.
Enjoy the move, guys.
I didn't think any of you guys would really care. So,
No.
let's see. IO Interactive.
I've never actually played a Hitman game, and I've wanted to for a long time.
The most recent one is getting all of its content packaged into a physical edition coming out in January. It's supposed to be really, really good. I haven't played it because the business model was weird. But supposedly, in terms of gameplay and design, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
I played Hitman Absolution,
Right.
which came out in 2012, and I really liked it.
Yeah, that was one I wanted to look into.
It doesn't look
But
like...
2012 would mean breaking out the PS3.
It didn't say where they're moving.
Get PlayStation Now.
They describe it as an ultra-modern studio, which includes motion capture capabilities.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I
would
think there's some details here about their super kick-ass kitchen for employees, so that's kind of awesome.
Yeah. Enjoy the new kitchen. Congratulations on the move.
Huh.
Take advantage of that motion capture. Use
IO
it wisely.
IO is based in Denmark. I didn't know that.
Enjoy Denmark.
Copenhagen, to be precise. And they're owned by Square Enix. I didn't know that, though. Okay. Moving on. There were some rumors this past week of a new Metro game. Metro 2033, Metro Last Light, developed by 4A. The rumor began swirling due to a timeline on their website where they talked about the release of the Metro games and release of Metro books. And under 2017, it said new Metro game. Everyone's like, oh shit! And then apparently Deep Silver replied and said, yeah, that's sorry, no. So either they're lying or it's just not gonna make 2017. 4A is currently working on a VR shooter, but we know they have a second game in the works. Has to be Metro.
Yeah, I would agree given the leaked timeline.
But anyway, that is it for the news.
What
Mass Effect.
have y'all been on the PSN store recently to see the decade discount thingy they're doing?
I did. Bloodborne's on sale.
I saw that, and I also saw Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls in
That
a
is a
bundle
game I never...
for $16.
Really?
And yeah, I'm like,
I might have 16
might have to fucking do that.
I loved Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain was
It
great.
was so good.
I never played Beyond because apparently it sucked.
Like, from what I remember, the reception was lukewarm. Or bad. Maybe just bad.
I didn't know that they made a port for Heavy Rain.
Yeah, they ported both of them to PS4 on PlayStation Network. There's no physical editions, I believe.
And now it's available for $16.
Yeah, as a bundle,
Hooray.
I'm definitely gonna pick that up
Yeah.
Nice.
to add to my fucking backlog.
Did you ever play Heavy Rain?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we all
It
played
was
Heavy
so
Rain.
good.
We all really liked it.
Yeah.
I made sure to only do it once.
I'm
I
telling
also
you, man.
only did it once. No, I might be lying.
If
I might have
you
done it twice. I don't remember.
if you liked Heavy Rain, you would really like Until Dawn.
Oh yeah.
Until Dawn, I think, is better than Heavy Rain.
It's
It's the same type of game.
It's comp. I mean, I'm not sure. I would say Until Dawn is better. They both do the cinematic story game well. They both accomplish what they're trying to do, and Until Dawn is a horror story.
It's not even scary.
That's the thing. Like I'm not into the horror stuff.
It's not
and
scary.
then Heavy Rain was more of like a thriller
Mystery.
suspense, like trying to figure shit out.
Right.
That's what.
Heavy Rain's story was more my genre.
It's like a teenage
Until Dawn.
slasher movie.
Yeah.
It's really, really enjoyable, especially to play with a friend. Like Kelson and I played the entire thing together.
Kelson jumps at the jump scares.
I mean, they did their job. In your defense, there were a couple of really good jump scares.
And I jumped even at the bad ones.
But,
No, there were some really good ones. If you enjoy slasher movies, I think that's going to come down to which genre you like better.
Fun B horror versus kind of thriller mystery. But they're both excellent. I do think Until Dawn did the gameplay aspect a little better. I think the controls are better. Because Heavy Rain had some really funky controls.
There was some real difficulty. Like, it did the QTE stuff really well, but just the standard moving was such a weird system.
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoyed, like, I made sure to only play it once, and then I watched all my buddies play it, and it was so fucking different. Like, it was crazy.
Until
Absolutely
Dawn,
crazy.
I watched my friend Will play a good chunk of Until Dawn, and it's very similar for like the first half, but once you start getting to the second half, it becomes radically different.
Oh, yeah.
And one really cool aspect of Until Dawn I like, it has this system where like all the butterfly effect points, like the things that really affect the game, are kept in a log in the menu, and as you progress through the game, you can go back and see this happened because I did this. It traces your steps back, and you can figure out how everything worked. It's really, really cool.
Oh, yeah.
If you're interested in looking at it. Some people would rather not, actually.
It was a great game.
They're both great games.
I will easily vouch for either one.
And speaking of Heavy Rain, the developer, Quantic Dream's Detroit Become Human, that game looks so good.
Yes.
I'm super excited.
Do we have a release window?
No.
Damn.
Though it was announced at Paris Games Week 2015, which is October 2015. If I had to guess, they're aiming for fall 2017.
Okay.
I think that's a reasonable assumption.
I remember seeing the trailer at Sony's E3 conference.
That E3 trailer,
That trailer was so good. I want to play that game so much.
So good. So good.
So, on to the topic of the week.
Shit, what was the topic of the week? Oh, yeah. I forgot what it was. Okay. Topic of the week this week. I thought it would be fun if we talk about games to show our non-gaming friends and acquaintances, girlfriends, family, who have you.
Peggle.
Peggle's solid.
Perfect. One button.
Simple, straightforward.
I have found in my experience, simplicity. So, like you said, simplicity is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, actually, let's break this down into two categories: games to try and get them to actually play, or games to show them, kind of as a showpiece of what the genre can be. I think there's two different categories we can look at here.
That's fair.
Let's start with games to play. Like Derek said, Peggle.
Simplicity is always a good thing, and Peggle's good for that. Games that aren't too stressful are a good thing. Having said both of those, I'm going to immediately admit that I defied both of those. The first game that I got my wife Caitlin to play was Portal 2.
Jesus Christ.
Which is neither simple nor low stress.
Swung for the fucking fences on that one.
Yeah.
But it is...
And then she played it and you put a ring on it.
She played it and she loved it, and now we're married. I don't know if that's a causal link or a correlative thing, but I'm just laying out the facts. I had her play it, she loved it, now we're married. Those are just three facts. The important thing there was it isn't reaction based. It's not the quick action. People who don't play games haven't really developed that and don't have that same feeling for the controller. So even though it's much more complex and can be stressful, it was something she could handle because she could think it through, try new things, rather than without getting destroyed all the time by people who are trying to shoot her or something.
True, very true. Little Big Planet was a hit for me as well. Remember all the gatherings at my house back in the day in high school.
Oh, yeah. Little Big Planet had the advantage of being fairly simple, at least in the early stages, and being cute.
I think that was the main reason. It was a cute game.
Everyone loves Sackboy.
Yeah. I think the controls were simple enough. Maybe the objectives got a little difficult at times, but like, I don't think that's where the fun came in. I think the fun came in was like fucking with people.
Yeah, like slapping each other and grabbing each other.
Like you're trying to jump across from like, nope, you're not going anywhere and you die. Like,
Yeah.
I remember watching groups of 4 people at a time trying to get through, I think it was like a mine level.
The mines.
Oh, man.
That's my favorite level in that game. One of my favorite levels in any game.
That's
It was challenging but not stressful.
Yeah.
On your own.
Yeah, and it was a good length. It had fun challenges for multiple people. That's just such a good, well-designed level.
Yeah, I wish we had like the recording features
Back then.
back then.
Oh, man,
that would have been nice.
Talking about what games that I play, I will echo the simple, something you can easily wrap your head around. Something like Tetris, Peggle, those little puzzle games. I also, in my experience, music and rhythm games.
Yeah.
It seems like even non-gamers can relate to those because, for one, everyone loves music. I know my girlfriend really likes playing Amplitude with me. And strangely enough, Thumper. I mentioned that she likes playing Thumper too. There's something that you can easily latch onto with that whole rhythm aspect. I mean, we all remember how popular Rock Band and Guitar Hero were back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
People who didn't give a fuck about games love that stuff.
Co-op is also a good game with some decent co-op is a good route to go.
So they could play together.
And another game Caitlin and I played together was Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Really? I always wanted to play that. How was it? I heard it was really easy.
It's actually built brilliantly.
I love Kirby.
It is easy with optional extra challenge.
Okay.
So the challenge is there, but you don't have to go after it if you're not ready for it, not looking for it. It's great for co-op. It's a lot of fun. It's adorable. And it's Kirby. I love Kirby. Kirby's Epic Yarn. And then off that, I got her to play Kirby Triple Deluxe, I think it was. The Kirby game that came out on the 3DS. And she really liked both of those games.
Nice.
And another one that Caitlin liked anyway was Animal Crossing.
Really?
Yeah. It's definitely cute, fun, and not stressful.
Yes.
Like, those seemed not fun and not stressful. Like, I'm never going to introduce a new gamer to gaming with Dark Souls.
Yeah, definitely not the greatest of ideas.
I haven't had any success in this department myself, but I get the feeling that something story-driven would help too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something like a turn-based RPG. Because turn-based RPGs, they can be challenging, but they aren't stressful. You can stop and think about your move and plan things out.
Agreed.
Like Pokemon.
Pokemon would potentially be a good one. Pokemon has depth that can act in a way that can be surprisingly frustrating if you're not thinking about it. Knowing the type effectiveness and the type chart, like I've been playing Pokemon for so long. We all have, all three of us. We all pretty much know what types do what to what other types, and we might forget something or get something wrong, but we don't have to stress out and worry about that and try to remember it and figure it out. And someone who's completely new to Pokemon has to figure all that out, and that can cause some frustration. Though Pokemon Sun and Moon, that's coming out next week, if you're battling against a Pokemon that you've already battled, in the battle, your move list will let you know if the move will be regularly effective, not very effective, or super effective.
I think that is good and bad. It's good because it helps new people and helps get you acquainted, but it's bad because it kind of takes like the expertise. I don't know what I'm saying. It's nifty. It's weird.
Yeah. I think that I think it's a nice little set of training wheels, and I think that it lets I don't think it removes the difficulty from the extra competitive level because there's so much else to think about.
That's true.
But a fun, cute, turn-based RPG would be a good way to go. Depending on who you're trying to introduce, I would recommend potentially South Park in that aspect.
Oh, something funny and easy to wrap your head around.
It's something that potentially they'll recognize the franchise. It's an engaging story, and the RPG elements, it's pretty simple and straightforward. It was not that hard a game.
To us.
To us.
Like that.
That's fair. I mean, and there were, even for me, there were some challenging battles. My character was so built around dealing bleed damage that when late in the game I'm up against a ghost of a sparrow that isn't affected by bleed, that caused me some problems.
Ooh, doctor.
But as RPGs go, it's one of the more straightforward. I feel weird saying this as a compliment, but as an RPG goes, it kind of lacks depth, which works well for this.
Mm-hmm.